Welcome to Curiousaholic. My name is Heiko. I'm here with my buddy Evan.
Hey, Earthlings.
So, before we get into today's topic, here's a quick rundown of how the podcast works. So, in each episode, one of us comes up with an interesting topic that they're curious about and reveals it live to the other person in the hopes to spark a deep discussion and further our knowledge of the world around us. And now my first question is going to be, why are you laughing, Evan?
Well, I'm laughing because, we promised you guys that we reveal our topics live every single time. But Heiko revealed the topic in advance earlier by mistake.
Unfortunately, Evan had a little sneak peek of the topic, which is okay. It's fine. Yeah. It was bound to happen, like you said.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah. But,
it was destined.
It was destined. Episode 16. It had to happen. You know?
Exactly.
Couldn't wait until 100.
Yeah.
But, no, it's okay. You still don't know where I'm going with it. So it's still going to be interesting. So, yeah, today's topic to reveal to you guys is going to be about gossiping. Or gossip, a.k.a. talking shit about people's backs.
Behind people's
Behind
backs.
people's back. Yeah, exactly. So, this topic, why did I choose this? I don't know. It just kind of came to me during the week when I was thinking about choosing a topic, but I already had this in the back of my mind because it's something that, I see a lot of, friends and family do it. I also do it, and, you also do it.
I do it. We're all guilty of it.
We're all guilty of it, yeah. But I just, wanted to talk about this kind of very innate human thing that we all do, which, is seen in a bad light, where it might actually have its benefits that people, think, oh, gossiping is always bad. But it could actually have, some positive sides. Or, we're going to kind of look the pros and cons and,
I already see one positive of it.
You already see one positive.
Should I keep it for later or should I?
Yeah, well, we'll discuss it later on, yeah. But that's the idea of this.
Cool. It's a good topic.
This episode.
Too bad you slipped earlier.
It's okay. You just saw my notes. You had to, huh?
Yeah. I peeked at the screen when I wasn't supposed to look.
It's okay. I'll make sure to be careful next time. But yeah. All right. So let's start. So let's go with the good old definition, as we always do. First thing of the episode. So what is gossip? What is gossiping? So it's basically a casual, unconstrained conversation or reports about other people. So it's usually talking about other people. It's about details that are not confirmed as being true. About their private life, about how they are, what kind of person they are. A lot of times it could be rumors or things you've heard, or sometimes it's just what you perceive of that person. Man, I think this person is like this or whatnot. So that's what it is. It's not necessarily, because people a lot of times associate gossip, as a derogatory term, like you're talking bad,
Yeah, exactly.
talking shit behind people's back. So it's not necessarily true. It could just be, hi, I've noticed, this guy likes to shop at thrift.
At what?
Yeah, okay. Never mind. You don't need to know what we're talking about. But yeah, it could just be stating a fact, that you've observed.
True. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say earlier, but we'll save it in the tank.
Okay, well, yeah. I have many questions. So go ahead. All right, so first question, let's start off with that. Why do people like gossiping, in your opinion?
Like gossiping? Well, people just like to, stir shit and cause drama.
Yeah, okay, so there's that. But as I said, could there be benefits to it? Is it, are we all bad like that? Or do we just like,
No, definitely not.
Spreading lies and...
Yeah. I was making it simpler than what it is.
Yeah.
But yes, I think there could be some positives. And I think one of them is warning someone about maybe another person's actions that you might think, hey, be careful with this person. I hear, he does bad stuff, or I hear he has bad intentions towards you or something like that, So gossip could be, it's not always bad. It could be almost like a fair warning.
Yeah. That's actually a good good observation of it. And
That's how I use it.
that's how you use it. Yeah, I've noticed. But no, but you're right. You know, culturally speaking, a lot of times gossip has been used as a way to, you know, warn people
Right.
of certain actions of if you do this or, you know, be aware of this sort of person, then you might face these consequences. So, you know, just be careful. And just to bring up, you know, kind of a evolutionary psychologist named Robin Dunbar. So he studied, you know, gossiping and all that, and he pioneered the idea that gossip helped humans to bond together throughout time, and it was a way to share valuable information as our social networks grew. And as, you know, our societies grew, it was a way to maintain socially functional groups in our societies and cultures. Because think about it, you know, like it you know, maybe 100,000 years ago, you were maybe a small group of 10, 20 people. You know, maybe you might not have the need to gossip because you could kind of see everyone and know about everyone. But as, you know, cultures grew, societies grew, bigger cities, then, you know, let's say the person in power especially would need to know, okay, what's happening in the city, what's going on. So it was a way to share information of the state of affairs, you know,
Yeah,
in our
exactly.
societies.
Yeah, it's true. I find what you just mentioned kind of ties into what I was just, saying, in a sense. Like, you know, if the population is bigger, more people, then, you know, you want to have more information about who's around you, in a sense, right? Who you have to watch out for, who you want to be with, like, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And I was reading another article where it said like our modern societies wouldn't really be where we are if people didn't gossip and warn each other and, you know, said like, oh, I heard about this, or did you see that, or, you know, be careful of that. So it's a kind of way to teach, you know, kids as well, you know, certain cultural norms and
yeah,
such.
good point, for
Yeah.
sure. I think it has its purpose. Obviously, you know, we have to be careful with, delving into that too deeply, right? You don't want to be like extreme.
Extreme, yeah, like constantly gossiping or gossiping for the wrong reasons, which yeah, we'll discuss a bit more later. But we see, you know, kind of evolutionarily speaking, how it helped humans evolve and, you know, help keep our social constructs and everything in place. You know,
Yeah.
society as we know it, you know, was kind of based on it. All right, so let's move on. So now, gossip when it comes to family and friends. Okay, so first question: should friends and family gossip each other? Does that have any benefit, or
Um,
again, does it fall in what you said before that
I
it's to
think,
warn each other?
yeah, I think in a friend group or in a family context, I think it's bound to happen. I don't know if, I don't know if it's like planned, like, oh, these people, they gossip together because they have like a specific goal in mind or something. But I think it's healthy almost, like to have it to a certain degree. I don't know if you agree with me on that,
Okay.
but
Yeah, it's sort of like unconsciously you kind of
right.
do it just to, but that's the thing, you see how it's like to process the information, you're like sharing it, or if you have a certain anger or frustration with a family member or a friend, it's kind of like a way to like, you know, like have a relief
To
from
vent,
it, to,
to
to vent. Yeah, so it could have like a psychological impact. But again, you know, there's like a limit where how far are you going with this? You know, are you tarnishing the name of that person? You know, what's your goal with the gossip? You know, is there any benefit? That's
yeah.
the thing.
It kind of reminds me of what we were talking about last week with like patriotism. You know how like you have to have like you have to be in it for the right reasons. Like why are you doing the gossip? Like are you in there to, to ruin someone's reputation, to like destroy someone's life,
Yeah.
or you're doing it because you're trying to protect someone else, for example, from another person, or you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
you need to pick and choose why you're doing something, and not just be like in that activity, or like that discussion
Unconsciously.
yeah, like with ill intent, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah. Or you know, like in spite of jealousy or whatnot. You know, sometimes when people are jealous, they gossip around and, you know, spread lies and whatnot. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And so, is there a type of gossip that hurts more than it benefits people?
For sure.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
what?
the one that comes to mind is, like the bullying at school.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like
I've experienced that a
spreading
lot.
lies. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has, and you could talk about it if you want, obviously.
Oh, no, I know.
And I get it if you don't want to either, because yeah, this stuff hurts and it's shitty. Bullying sucks, and gossiping is part of it.
Yeah.
And especially now with social media, right?
Oh,
Gossip
it's
is
rampant.
so much more powerful. Like one person could say something,
And it
and then it
spreads.
spreads like wildfire. You
Yeah,
know?
about anyone and anything. It just,
Yeah.
even if it's true or not, you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna spread like wildfire. But yeah, I think obviously there is, you know, a sort of gossip that hurts, which are, you know, the lies and rumors and something that plays with the reputation of a person, where you don't know what you're saying about that person, is you're just hurting the character. You know, you're kind of playing black magic basically behind their back. You know.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, I don't agree. And, you know, yeah, personally, I've experienced, you know, I've seen a lot of it at school and even in my family. You know, oh, in front of you, they'll be okay, you know, all fine and dandy. But then a few days later, you'll hear something about you and you're like, where did this come from? And they
Yeah.
went and
I've
said
had-
some.
I've had that experience with my family, and countless times.
Yeah.
Not just once or twice.
It's unfortunate, you know, you can't control that, but I guess, yeah, you just have to ignore. And, you know, if they continue, you just distance yourself from those sort of people and say,
Yeah.
look, what you're doing isn't benefiting anyone. You're not, you know, it's not a good type of gossip. You're just playing with my name, really,
Right.
at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You need to, if someone is gossiping behind your back and you don't know why, and it's out of place, then as much as you can, you should, distance yourself from them and try to get away. Find another friend group, or find, other people that have, good intentions towards you.
Yeah. I would say so, exactly. That aren't inclined to assume things about you and, you know, talk behind your back with ill intent.
And spread bullshit,
Yeah, basically. Nobody likes that.
No
Nobody
one
likes
likes that.
drama, you know, to be created for no reason. And to kind of segue to the next question. So, can we trust someone who gossips? Like, you know, someone who's telling you about someone else, can you trust them? You know, are people who gossip trustworthy, or again, does it depend?
Well, like I said earlier, it depends the situation, right? If you think the person is gossiping for the right reasons, like, hey, look, I heard X and Y about this person. You should watch out. You shouldn't be hanging out with this person because he might be doing bad stuff and he might be involved in some, shady activities, or he does some shady stuff. Like, you shouldn't be around this person. That's almost like sound advice more than, like, hey, this person is stupid or something, and I heard he's dumb.
Yeah,
Or,
that's not beneficial necessarily
Right.
to me. It's like, okay, what do you mean by stupid? Like,
yeah,
are you just mad at this person? Are you just,
right.
you know, like you have a vendetta or something? Or-
Yeah, like, why the fuck are you calling him stupid? Like, what did he do to you?
Yeah, exactly. So there's like,
Yeah. Is there a reason why you're calling him dumb? Like,
Yeah.
what's the reason? Like, if you just blatantly call someone dumb, are you the one that's dumb?
yeah, are you the one? Are you insecure? Are you jealous?
Yeah.
Are you hurt in some way? So
Yeah.
then we need to maybe question the motives behind the
Jealousy
gossip.
is the number one factor, I think, in gossip.
Big time. Oh yeah. Because you always notice, oh my god, did you see? You know, he bought a new car. Or, oh, you know, he's such a douche, or you
Yeah.
know, or something like that. It's like,
Ugh, he's using his money the wrong way.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
like, why is he doing that? Stuff like that. Gossiping is
sometimes it can be pretty
it's
stupid.
so dumb and stupid sometimes.
So yeah, but that's the thing. Like, we're trying to see where it can be beneficial as a warning, as of a sharing of valuable information versus just talking smack.
yeah,
You know.
talking shit.
Yeah. And I think the last question here, we kind of, touched upon this, if we had any problems ourselves that stemmed from gossip, like personally,
Personally,
yeah, that, like, oh, someone gossiped about me and,
yeah,
at the
I had an
face.
experience.
Yeah.
Should I share?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I could share.
Okay.
I have to kind of like remember the sequence of
You
events
can
a little in my
censor
head.
names or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna censor names, but I think one time, I had like two close friends in high school, and one of them was kind of like seeing a girl.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, like they weren't officially dating. They were just like kind of like hanging out and stuff, whatever. And I had another friend that was kind of in that friend group, and the guy that was dating the girl wanted to see where my trust level was, like if he could trust me with like information, like let's see, he would tell me a secret or something, how would I treat that information? Would I like spread it to people or would I not?
Okay.
So what he did is that he invented something stupid, and he said, my other friend, I don't even know if this is considered gossip. It just sounds like gossip. It's just,
Okay.
and let me continue because I
Alright.
started. So he's like, he pretended that my other friend slept with the girl or something,
Okay.
and he lied about it to me. And the other friend came to see me. These facts are all upside down. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
I'm trying to make.
let me try to clear this up. Okay.
Okay.
So there's three friends.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're the fourth.
No, three friends including me.
Okay.
Okay. So one guy is dating a girl, and the other guy
Yeah.
is in on this little plan that they have going on.
Okay.
And what happened was the guy that's dating the girl told the other friend, tell Evan and pretend that you're sleeping with my girlfriend. Okay.
Okay. So they were in on it, all of them.
Yeah, they were all in on it, and they just wanted to like see how I
test
react.
you?
I find this is like I don't know if this is really considered gossip, but it just sounds like gossip. It's just
This sounds more like
like a trust thing. But
Yeah.
gossip comes down to that too, right? Like
Yeah.
trusting people and seeing where their intentions are and stuff.
Okay.
So what happened was they were in on it,
Yeah.
and they said like pretend that you're sleeping with my girlfriend, and then go tell Evan that you're sleeping with my girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
And see how he reacts and see who he tells.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so the guy comes to me. He's like, hey, Evan, I have something to tell you. But, don't tell this other person because, it might hurt him.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what's the deal? And he's like, but make sure you don't tell anyone. When someone tells me that, what am I going to do? I'm not going to go running to the other person and start,
Well, I guess it depends. I mean, some people might be like, yeah, I won't, and then they go
Yeah,
and.
but I'm not like that, right?
But okay, yeah, you're not.
So that's what they're testing. They're just trying to see like where my intentions are. So he's like, yeah, it turns out like I started hanging out with his girlfriend and then like we ended up sleeping together, blah, 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 and this and that. And then I was like, and I believed the whole thing. I was just like, I got caught up in the whole story. I just believed it. And
well,
then,
yeah, what would you do?
right. I just, like when someone
trust him.
you trust him,
Yeah.
right? This just, it sounds
Okay.
like gossip, because
I mean,
it's drama, gossip.
Freaking high school. dumb
High school
shit.
crap. And then so I didn't tell the other friend that
Yeah, like you should not.
yeah, because I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about it. Should I tell him?
Okay.
Because he's sleeping with his girlfriend. I should probably tell him, but it was like conflicting because these two guys are my best friends, both of them.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to ruin.
Right, you don't want to ruin either side.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do, and turns out I didn't say I couldn't say it to the other person. I didn't it would have taken time for me to say it, and then turns out he comes to me a couple weeks later. He's like, oh, the story, it was all made up, and you're full of shit, and then I lost friends because of that story because they tested me on my
But you passed the test, no?
I didn't, because the other friend wanted to see if I would go tell him, hey.
Did you tell him?
No, because I didn't know
Oh,
what to do.
he wanted you to go tell him.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to see if he could trust me with that kind of information. Yeah, this is a really
What a messed up, like.
sorry about this confusing story, but
Okay, so he wanted to see, like, how much can he trust you to tell him if
some other
a friend
exactly.
sleeps with his girlfriend.
That's the whole story.
Wow. Okay. So basically, they were trying to test your positive way of gossiping.
That's it, exactly.
I think that's
the whole thing. This is how I'm trying to tie it back to this, because there is a certain element of gossip in there, because one person tells another one, and then this person, then
But the gossip part is on you. There,
it was on me.
Like,
technically.
are you gonna gossip? About that,
or am I gonna keep my mouth shut?
Wow.
And turns out I kept my mouth shut just because I didn't know.
But that's such a convoluted and screwed up way of like
testing someone's friendship, right?
That doesn't really.
Yeah, but sooner or later I was gonna tell him, but I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't have it in me to like start a whole.
Yeah, because it's a tough thing. Even people who know married couples and they know the guy is cheating, might.
It's difficult.
It's difficult, because you're like breaking up a whole relationship, and you don't want that on you.
Yeah.
and to someone say, oh, why didn't you tell me? Well, you think it's that easy? You try it.
And then back to the story. A couple other people heard about what happened.
Okay.
And then they couldn't believe what the heck they did to me. Like, they put me in that spot.
Yeah.
And then everyone took my back. Like, what the heck was this
So
about?
everyone else knew about that whole
a lot of people
game.
found out about the game that they were playing, and people got really mad.
Oh,
So
as they should.
yeah. So
Silly.
don't play the game of gossip, because it's gonna backfire.
Yeah, to try to test people to see how much they would gossip,
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, honestly, like, it could have gone anyway. He could have said, oh, okay, maybe that guy would have been like, oh, thanks, Evan, you're a good guy. And then the other guy would have said, wait, why didn't you say,
But that's what I was worried about, right?
Yeah, you were worried about kind of the both sides
Exactly.
of the coin. Okay, which is messed up anyways.
So yeah,
Good
I'm sorry.
things
I'm sorry about this confusing story, but I think it was pertinent to the discussion. So.
I think it was interesting, yeah. Kind of shows like the immature side, of like younger people, teens, the way they use gossip, or they want to test someone with,
yeah,
secretive information.
Yeah, but who does that, right? Like,
I don't know. It's kind of messed up, yeah. Well,
I am no longer
teens.
I am no longer friends with this person. So
Good.
Yeah,
No
because
need people like that.
like if we're friends, right? Like, I don't need to go to these great lengths to test your friendship. Like
It comes
why?
with time, though. The trust kind of builds up with time, kind of doing things together and little things that build the blocks of trust.
True. But
I don't know. Yeah, me too. I never find the need to do this grandiose game of like, testing trust.
right, we don't need to do that, because we're friends. We should trust each other just from that alone, right? We're friends. We should trust each other. That's it, right?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, if you're friends, then it's kind of,
Yeah. It's already
the
like
unwritten rule.
Yeah,
or-
exactly. The unwritten rule, friends trust each other. That's what it is.
Exactly. If we're untrustworthy or there's trust issues, then are we friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, that was an interesting tangent story.
yeah,
A funny one.
it's funny, but when you're in it, not funny at all. It was kind of stressful.
I bet so. I mean,
Yeah.
it just made you feel like crap. I bet.
It made me feel like crap.
But good thing you left those people.
I'm still friends with the person that, like,
He told you
he
that.
told me that.
Really?
Well, because
Okay.
he was in on it, but it wasn't his like grand scheme plot, Like, he
It
was
was
just
the
like,
guy with the
"What?"
girlfriend.
He was even like, "Man, why are we doing this? Like, whatever."
Okay.
Evan's probably not gonna care that much, but then afterwards he realized, like, this is dumb, Like, he even told
He
me
even saw
he
that.
was giving him pushback, and then I don't know,
Okay. I see. Anyways, I mean,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I don't want to take up the whole podcast to talk about that. Yeah.
But yeah, personally, from my side, I don't think I would have anything that would top that.
Yeah, that was
But-
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of like a specific story, but yeah, it's the usual bullying kind of gossip at school, that I endured. Like I remember in elementary school, just saying mean stuff behind my back and calling me names and whatnot, and also in my family, all sorts of gossip. But yeah, but yours was pretty funny and interesting.
Yeah, it was complicated to understand, but
Yeah. All right, so let us move forward. So we talked about gossip with friends and family. Now let's kind of go out a bit and talk about, gossip when it comes to celebrities, in our culture in general. So as you know, with media and social media, especially celebrity gossip is everywhere, it could be about anyone, actor, musician, artist, an athlete, anything that happens, paparazzi picture, oh my god, everybody starts talking about it. And I just wanted to kind of talk about this sort of gossip in particular to see, is it bad that, all these media outlets or tabloids talk about celebrities, or does it reveal something about our human behavior?
okay.
And we're gonna watch a little snippet of a video. YouTube, please don't copyright us on this. This is kind of fair use. We're just kind of having a listen. It's like 2 minutes, so it's not too long. It's basically the ending of a TEDx talk, which is called The Sociology of Gossip. It's by Ellen Louis. She's basically from Montreal, I think. And she's like a TV personality, and she kind of does that, talks about celebrities and whatnot. And she gave like a TEDx talk at Vancouver. So we're just gonna look at her concluding argument near the end of the podcast, near the end of the video, the TEDx
Awesome.
video.
Yeah,
okay,
let's look
which I
at it.
thought was interesting.
How then can gossip not be considered academic? Gossip is anthropology. Celebrity gossip is the conversation that exposes who we are. Celebrity gossip is a reflection of modern human behavior and culture. It is a reflection of a current standard of morality. And in observing the changing nature of morality, gossip is the play-by-play of our social evolution. Just like the hieroglyphics were a play-by-play into an ancient world. That's why I crusade for gossip. That's why I'm here today to tell you that the next time you want to talk about Tom Cruise and whether or not Scientology brainwashed him, or if you leave here and you say to yourselves, that bitch does that for a living, great, go, gossip about that. Know that you are carrying on a human convention that's been around for thousands of years and will continue for even more in providing valuable insight into who we are and where we're going. Go forth and gossip.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, that's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, it's an interesting perspective. Maybe not everyone might agree or whatnot, but to kind of give context, because you only saw the ending of that TEDx video. So basically, in the video, she gives examples of like gossips that happened with actual celebrities. Let's say the example. Do you know Chris Brown?
Yeah,
The singer, yeah, R&B singer, who had a girlfriend, Rihanna.
Yeah, he hit Rihanna,
and the whole
yeah.
story. So basically, she was giving the example of when Rihanna got beaten up by Chris Brown, he went a year later to win a Grammy. So, and he said the tabloids, when they were talking about that, they kind of, they didn't really make him seem like the bad guy, or they try to make it seem like,
It's in the past,
whatever, something happened between them or whatnot. And, Rihanna got, violently beaten, but he went ahead and they kind of forgot about it and they gave him a Grammy, And so she was kind of giving this example of saying, we gossip about all these celebrities and whatnot, but that kind of reveals things about our morals, our ethics, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable in our society. So she's not saying that gossip is always good, but she's saying that the gossip that we do is kind of like a window into our human behavior, and it shows how we're evolving, and it's a way to see, okay, maybe there's something wrong here, like how we persecute certain actors or actresses for doing certain things, or let's say there was another actress, Kristen Stewart. Do you know her? She's like the girl in Twilight.
Yeah.
and she was dating the other actor, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they're lovers, and then in real life, they were lovers. But then Kristen Stewart apparently cheated on him, and they, crucified her. They made her look like a bad, person. But she says then there was another actor, Ashton Kutcher, yeah, who was married to Demi Moore. He cheated, but the Hollywood, studios, they kind of brushed it off and they gave him more roles. They didn't really, see him in a bad light. They kind of, yeah, it was acceptable for him to cheat, but not for a woman to cheat.
So she's saying that there's an evolution somewhere, like in a sense where, in some situations it's okay, what these people are doing, but then later, for some reason, our behavior changed. And
yeah, well, yeah, basically, yeah, go ahead if you're.
Yeah, like gossip kind of enables us to see that transition a little bit.
Yeah, she's saying that it's kind of like a window into how our human behavior is evolving throughout time, and she's saying like the I'm trying to pronounce that hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics, yeah, exactly. From the ancient Egyptians, those were a type of gossip. They were transmitting information about other groups of people. So, and it showed how they saw their society, how they viewed things in their culture. And now she's saying nowadays the tabloid magazines that we see, the gossip about celebrities, that kind of also reveals stuff about ourselves. And when she says gossip is anthropology, because she's saying it studies human evolution and we should study it, we should see how we're evolving and how we can change with that.
But also I have a point to bring that's kind of related to recent events. Again, I always go back to sporting events because
you love your sport.
Not really though. It's more like I feel like this stuff is so involved in sports because
it could be in sports as well, definitely.
Yeah, think about last night we went to watch Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Think about Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier are UFC fighters for those who don't know. But think about all the drama and gossip that goes behind one of those fights.
Oh, it's intense.
It's insane. So think about one of the examples in the recent fight, right? Conor McGregor saying, "Hey, Dustin, your wife was sliding into my DMs," right? Is that true? We don't know.
Well, yeah.
But what is the
probably not, but
most probably not. But what is the whole intent behind that gossip? It's spread, generate drama, profit, blah blah blah. Like there is like it is representative of human nature in a sense, and sometimes it's fabricated. But even though it's fabricated, you could still see how it relates to real life. It's weird,
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and I think it's a very good overview of our human behavior in general. This is like extrapolated to our greater culture and society, but we can take this and bring it to the level of friends and family, right?
Exactly.
Like, did you hear? My friend, she cheated on him. Oh my God, she's such a this or that, right?
Insert
insult, female insult. But let's say if the guy did it, he probably, didn't have enough from his wife, or, the wife didn't love him as much. So she's not saying like, don't gossip because it's bad. She's saying, look, what you're gossiping reveals something about you. And our society in general. So she says this should be studied.
So
that's
what she's saying is gossiping reveals something about you, right? And if we tie that back to the story I told earlier, right? What was that whole intent behind that fabricated story was to see how I would gossip, right? Yeah. Am I going to keep stuff to myself, or am I going to spread to see more spews for more views,
more spews for more views. What is that, Greg? You said no.
So, it does reveal stuff about you. And about human nature in general.
So yeah, there is that aspect as well, that it's revealing about oneself. So, when you're gossiping and you're just sharing neutral information, then, it just shows that, you want to kind of share an info with someone to warn them, to kind of make them aware of something. versus when you're spreading a lie, some sort of rumor or something you heard, then it's revealing that, you want to tarnish someone's reputation, or you're insecure or you're jealous.
Yeah.
Like, McGregor from last night. But yeah, so my question, I guess we sort of answered it. So do you agree with her view on celebrity gossip and its bigger meaning?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
I think her point is valid where it's healthy, I guess, to gossip because it does reveal a little bit about ourselves and it reveals about human nature, and it could help us get some information that maybe we're missing.
Yeah.
And not to feel guilty about it. I think that's what she's pointing out the most, is not to feel guilty when you're gossiping, because maybe you're just trying to get more insight about something, or you're maybe trying to figure things out.
That's a good point.
So I think that's what she was implying. And, I don't think she was trying to say like gossip, it's good, just gossip all the time. I don't think that's what her message was. I think her message was, don't feel guilty if you have the need to gossip, because it could be that you're just trying to inform yourself or figure things out about yourself,
True. So basically her point was not that gossip is good or bad, but just think about the meaning, the intention behind the gossip, like we shouldn't just gossip and blah blah blah. Oh, did you hear about this, or did you let's take a step back and see, like, what does this all mean? Why are we doing this? Are we bad? Are we like accepting certain behavior and condemning other,
Yeah, and it comes down to what we were saying in the beginning, right? That, why are you doing the gossip? Like, there has to be like a reason that maybe you haven't figured out yet. Like, like let's say we were gossiping right now. Is it to figure things out about, our surroundings or about ourselves, or like what's the deal? Why are we doing it?
What's the purpose of it?
And if the sole purpose is to hurt someone, then that's when the gossiping should stop.
Yeah. So it's a way to, like, you should self-reflect on why you're gossiping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her point, which I really liked her TEDx talk, it was just think what, the use is, why we're doing it, and what it involves.
Yeah, fair point.
Basically. Okay. So to kind of wrap all of this up, to conclude, so some points to make. So yeah, gossip, as we kind of saw, it is very much innate to us humans. We've been doing this since forever, basically. And when I was doing my research again, and they were saying how, how we descended from primates and we had a shared ancestor with a chimp. And he said, bonding back then was like picking flies off of, each other's heads and, being together. But then as we grew and became humans, our way of bonding became gossip, So it was just, talking, chit chat, and it just kind of came innately because our populations grew and we needed to be aware and feel included. So yeah, it helps us to bond and share valuable information about each other. And with the celebrity gossip thing, it can be a reflection of our greater society, morals, and cultures, what we deem acceptable, what we don't. It's like a tracker of human evolution.
That's true.
In a sense. She said, like, in 100 years or whatnot, the future generations, they're going to look back at our tabloids and, the celebrity gossip that we had, and they're going to see, okay, so these people thought in this way. Their culture accepted this but refused that. So, right. So it would show our way of thinking. But yeah, so gossip does have its positive points, but spreading lies, rumors, mean comments is just, not beneficial for anyone.
Bullying sucks.
Yeah, nobody likes that. Nobody likes, creating drama or playing stupid high school games of, is he trustworthy or not? He's going to tell me,
Exactly, yeah.
So
none of that shit,
Don't do none of that. Yep, exactly. I don't know. Would you have any other points to add to this?
Well, yeah, I guess, just think about why you're gossiping, and if
Don't feel guilty necessarily, but just always kind of think about
Reflect.
it.
Yeah. Be curious about why you're gossiping.
It's good. That's our whole point.
Yeah.
Be curious, people. But,
Exactly. Yeah, it's good to ask questions, like don't overthink everything you do, but just, sometimes it's good to take a step back and to think about like the bigger picture, like why are we talking about this person? Like what's the point? Or
yeah.
like what's the intent here,
Don't just unconsciously or zombie like, ramble about someone without having, be mindful. That's what we're trying to get at. And curiosity is always the best thing, to always question yourself, self-reflect, and evolve.
Yeah. There are so many times where you could just accept things as fact, like you hear something from someone and, you could just accept it as fact and go on with your day. But, take a second to reflect and think about why this person's telling you this certain, thing or whatever. And just always question everything that someone tells you. Well, not everything is necessarily, but, take a step back sometimes and be skeptical to a certain degree, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Don't take everything face value. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and even, question yourself. Like, why, if you're the one initiating the gossip, be curious, figure out why you're doing it. And if there is a purpose, really. If there's none, then don't do it.
Don't do it, yeah. If you yourself cannot see what the benefit of it is, then just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Take a step back.
Like Conor McGregor should reflect on what he says, after the fight his leg is broken and then he continues with the gossip and stuff. You gotta pick and choose when you do gossip, like
this guy was just never gonna settle, really. I don't know.
Yeah, so
anyways,
that's my piece of advice.
Yeah, no, that's some good advice there. So yeah, anyway, so thank you guys for watching this episode. It was a interesting one.
Yeah. Tell others about our podcast.
So go around and gossip.
Start gossiping and tell everyone about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only type of good gossip.
You can gossip about Curiousaholic.
Yeah.
No worries. But so thank you guys for watching this episode. So as you know, you can watch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of your favorite streaming platforms. We release a new episode every single week, just like this one. And so until then, stay curious, beautiful people.
All right. So you're going to play us out?
Hell yeah. Well, as always.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Catch you on the next one.